we had an argument about. You had these niggas in here arguing about Bloods versus frats, gangs versus fraternities.
The same thing. Blood is a fraternity.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So Cameron launched into a lengthy and explosive response against Jim Jones as tension between the former diplomats continues to simmer. Cameron began season 6 of It Is What It Is by addressing the recent comments made by Capo in an interview with Justin LaBoy. So the rapper turned media personality disputed Jones' claim that they grew up together and that he watched Mess disrespect him after he got signed with Diddy's Bad Boy Records. Killer then claimed that they only became cool after Jim tried to start a friendship with him following the success of his early freestyles and mixtapes with the likes of Mess, Big L and his cousin. Cameron later reminded Jim Jones that Mess taught him how to rap.
We had an argument about. You had these niggas in here arguing about Bloods versus frats, gangs versus
fraternities. The same thing. Blood is a fraternity. 100%. It's no difference. It's no difference. Only thing they did different is file legal papers that make them a fraternity. If somebody was to name Blood Alpha Phi Blood right now and file the papers, then Blood would be a fraternity, and we could start it anywhere, and they could put it in colleges and all that. Being Blood is not a crime. What you do, if you're doing criminal activity as being a Blood, makes it a crime. But that doesn't mean every Blood is a criminal. It doesn't mean every Blood needs to go to jail for the crime that one Blood did. So I know there's a lot of people in fraternities that broke hella laws and they are locked up right now. I know there's a lot of Q dogs who locked their ass up right now. You heard? You dig? But nobody talks about that. It's all the same thing.
Niggas say, ooh.
You heard?
It's funny as shit.
It's all the same thing. Freemasons, fraternities, Bloods, Crips, Yetas, it's all the same thing.
I don't know. Let me ask you a question about that. Let me ask you a question about that. So if somebody said, what's the fundamental...
The benefits
purpose?
Might not be the same.
There we go.
You heard? Fraternity has a different type of benefit. You sign to this fraternity, hopefully it'll help you out with your future successes and business endeavors. And this dude might work at this law firm. Now he gives you automatic in. Now your intern there to end up being, you dig? But it kind of works in the same way of that also, because you got people like me that have been helping out people legally and giving people different type of jobs and opportunities in their lifestyle. So what's the difference?
But let me ask you this though about go ahead.
Is it a difference in majority versus minority? And
as far as what?
And when I say that, you Blood, right?
Right.
If we took 100 Bloods,
right?
Give me a real one, yo. Not to win your argument or not argument. A real one of people that are putting other people in position to be successful. Keep it a buck.
Out of 100 Bloods, how many? Yeah, the percentage might be low. It might be low.
So that's where the differentiation lies, because with the sorority example or with the Mason example or with the Congress, senators, Imani brought up, the Congress and senators, they be running that shit like death row. But niggas won't know that. What we see from gang culture, and we all been around, all our friends, family, whatever, is down, but
I'm trying to know you nigga. Don't try to get me
get you affiliated.
Everybody in here got family or friends that's affiliated, whether they knee deep or whether they just on the surface. So what I'm saying is the perception of it is where we get the disparity.
100%.
Because we don't see enough niggas.
You asked me a question. Now you go into something different. You asked me if being Blood in a fraternity, do I feel is the same thing? And yes, I feel it's the same thing. I feel being a Blood is a fraternity. Now, there's big differences between being Alpha Phi Alpha and non-trade gangster. Exactly. Yes, there are big differences, but the premise of what it is the same thing, my brother.
I mean, fraternities is brotherhoods, right? And a gang is a brotherhood. I think the question for me is like, what's it organized around? So like when I'm in a fraternity and it was like, all right, we organized around black men achieving, right? And I got a lot of respect actually for gangs and shit they do, especially historically. I guess my question is, what do Bloods organize around, or Crips organize around? Like, what's their goal? What's the reason for coming together? What's the
brotherhood is about lifting each other up. Like what we see in the public, we got a lot of ignorance when it comes to the gangbang, but the underline is about lifting each other up. That's what we believe in. Each one teach one and things like that. But you won't see that. The media only wants you to paint the ugly picture. But there's a lot of positive situations that goes on within the gang community. There's a lot of brothers that have been through a lot that always pour into their community to give back. There's a lot of gang prevention programs that gang leaders run themselves and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? But the word gang itself already puts a twist on it, or anything that happens to it. You dig? So it's like the positivity goes out the window feel as soon as somebody hears a gang, or as soon as somebody hear blood, or someone hear Crip, when there's a lot of positive activity goes on within the gang community.
It is.
You heard?
Would you want your son to join?
Would I want my son to join?
Yeah.
No, I say that in my music. I wouldn't want him to join, but I wouldn't stop him from joining.
Why wouldn't you want him to, though?
Because he came up different than I did.
Sure, indeed.
Got you.
You heard?
Yeah.
He don't know what being in Harlem or being in the hood is. He don't know what it is to have to rely on that brotherhood, or come outside and need that brotherhood, or come outside or have to be a leader for that brotherhood. Like, he doesn't have to. He didn't have his back against the wall. He never had, and I hope he never have to go through that.
But is that a prerequisite for joining? Like, if I didn't,
it's not a prerequisite.
If I wasn't raised like that.
And not a did you hear what I said? I don't want him to join, but I would not stop him from joining. His father is a blood, and I'm a pretty positive, successful blood member. You heard? Like, I've done a lot of things wrong, and I've done a lot of things right, like any of us in here have done. You heard? My brotherhood, I always try to lift up. I've never told somebody to do anything negative when they're around me. I don't need them for that. You know what I mean? Coming up, yeah,
it's on.
You heard? It's a lot. It's a lot of energy, but I got this thing you won't know till you grow, and I did a lot of growing. You understand? You did? So I'm able to turn the narrative and what people see, especially in my community. That's why I'm always there. I don't go to my community to shine on nobody or shine on nobody. What's the purpose in that? But I go there to be the beacon of light that I am for these kids, and see that there's somebody that came out the same circumstances that they did that could figure out how to get out the matrix. You dig? I ain't perfect, but I'm a perfect example of what hard work, dedication, and a lot of prayer could do for you. I promise you that.
My pushback in that, because I don't know nothing about the frats.
Very well said.
Or too much about the gangs. But when you said Snoop, right? And I've been saying for a while, Snoop is probably the most marketable rapper in the world. And he's a gang member.
Right.
And he's definitely down with the commercialization of it.
Right.
I don't think y'all commercialize it the same, though. Right? Like, when I hear Snoop lyrics, to me, are different from your lyrics. Snoop, when he talked, is still the Magic Johnson smile. It's all of the marketable bullshit.
So is that now, or was that then?
I was about to say, is Snoop still outside?
Y'all talking about when murder was the case and all that shit?
He's still outside. He's
right
still
now,
outside.
Snoop is the biggest
rapper.
He box office, yeah.
He is different when it comes to anything. He's on every commercial. Like, who is his manager, agent? Please sign me. I need it right now.
He just said, "Yo, 93 million. I'm in the south of France."